In this video, I'm going to explain how to write Verilog code for D flip-flop. I'm including the clear pin also. So here the inputs are D, that is data, and clock signal and a clear signal. And my outputs will be Q and Q bar. In this particular code, I'm going to take asynchronous D flip-flop because irrespective of clock, whenever a clear signal occurs, the loop will the always block will be executed. So this is called asynchronous type. If you exclude this negate clear portion here and if you write the code, then that will be called as synchronous D flip flop. So for time being, let me take this asynchronous D flip flop, and I'm writing the code in such a way that if my clear signal is 0, like whenever the positive edge of clock occurs or negative edge of clear occurs, it will go inside and it will check if clear pin is high or low. If my clear is 0, that is active low flip flop, my output Q will be 0 and the Q bar will be complement of that, which will be equal to 1. Else the normal operation, that is whatever the data you are giving, the output will follow the data. So the Q bar will be complement of D. So as simple as that, this is the code for D flip flop. Let me also show you the test bench. The test bench should include all the possible cases. Here I wrote initially the data as 0 and clock pin as 0, and for every 2 time steps for every 5 time steps I'm complementing the clock, means I'm generating a clock of period 10, and for every 2 time units I am incrementing my data with 1, so correspondingly it will change to 0101 by omitting the carry, and after 10 time units I am changing my clear to 0, and then from then it will be permanently in 0. Let's see how the timing waveform for this would be. Yeah, here you can see that initially my clear is high. So we have to check that which is occurring first, like negative edge of clear or positive edge of clock. Here pos edge of clock is occurring. So at pos edge of clock, your output Q should follow your D. So Q is 0, your D is also 0. And then immediately the neg edge of clear is occurring. So when neg edge of clear is occurring, then what should happen? If whether the clear is 0 or 1, it should check. You go back to the code. Here you should check when neg edge of clear occurs. You first initially check for clear signal. Since it is 0, then Q equal to 0, Q bar equal to 1. The same is following. From then the clear signal is 0. For every passage of clock irrespective of that, as my clear is 0, this output Q is 0 and Q bar equal to 1. Now let's check how we can modify by modifying the test bench. Let's see. Yeah, let me include the delay here. Like after 10 units my clear will be 0, and after 7, that means cumulatively it will be 17. After 17 my clear will become 1 again. Let me check this. There should be a change in the clear signal in the timing waveforms. Yeah, clearly you can now change the observe the change in the waveforms. Like after 17 nanoseconds the clear is becoming high. Now from then at passage of clock, what the data is, like at this passage of clock my data is 0. Sorry, this is clock, right? So at passage of clock my data is 0, so my Q is following that, and at next passage of clock my data is 1, so my Q is following that. So in this way you can check for different variety of combinations, and you can analyze how the functionality of D flip flop would be, how you modify the test cases and how your waveforms are changing, and all these things you can do on your own. Now in my observations I came across few points in my test code. Like if you see here for this particular code, you can check the RTL schematic. It's synthesized with all the 3 input pins D, clock and clear, and Q bar. But let's see what happened. See here I'm including neg edge of clear. What if I use active high clear here? Let's check whether this particular thing will be synthesized or not. So even though it's syntactically correct to write either active low or active high, but if I use neg edge clear here and if I use active high clear, let's check how the RTL schematic, whether it will come or not. Yeah. So there are few warnings that are, yeah, few errors that are showing here. Like The reset or set test condition for Q is incompatible with the event declaration in the sensitivity list. So here if I use negedge of clear and if I use active high clear, that is not synthesizing. So you have to think on this why this is not happening. If I change this to passage, again this gonna work fine. So let's check now. Yeah, now it's got synthesized. You can see here. So the timing waveform will change depending on the condition that you write. But the point that I want to make is if you use passage of clear here, you for sure maintain this clear signal as high to reset your flop. If you are writing negedge of clear here, you put 0 here to reset your flop. So you think on this on your own, like why this is happening, and you come up with your own answers and mention them in the comment section. Hope you guys learned something new in this video. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.